we hear the screaming, we hear all kinds of noise down there. We hear, shut up. Next day, big dude comes out for breakfast. The other dude doesn't come out. And I'm thinking, man, what?
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Hello everybody. Somebody asked me to do a video on religion. I got a couple stories I want to tell you about Christians. First of all, as people say, and this is true, not everybody goes to church as a chomo, but every chomo goes to church. That's true, you know, for the most part. Most people who are really into Christianity and stuff did not go to church because they didn't want to be associated with being a chomo, because almost all the chomos went. So this first guy, I was his cellie for a little while. He's a good dude. He's just quiet and didn't say much and read a lot. Didn't watch a whole lot of TV, and when he did watch his TV, it'd have to be something didn't have foul language or anything in it. I think he was real about his Christianity. I got moved into with a friend of mine. He gets a cellie from a hole. Sometime this was sometime months later. He gets a cellie from a hole. You know, somebody came out of the hole and they put him in his cell. And he came out. He was always happy when he did come out in the wing. You know, he always smiling. But he seemed like he was in a bad mood. You know. And I asked him. I said, "What's wrong with you? You know, what's going on?" He said, "Me and my cellie." He goes, "This ain't gonna work." He goes, "I think I'm gonna have to end up getting moved, or he's gonna move." So he tells. That's what he's telling us. He's looking for somebody to move into. I mean, he was. And every day he tried to find somebody. Nobody wanted to move. So one day we hear boom, bang, bang. Somebody goes over and looks in the cell and says, "Man, they're fighting." Me and some others told him, "Man, get away from the door, man. You're going to draw heat." But people just kept going over there and looking in. They couldn't help it. Finally, the black dude comes out, gets in my eyes, does different things, you know, and people trying to talk to him, and he wasn't wanting to talk. Finally, the Christian dude comes out. I mean, he's banged up. He's trying to make sure the guards don't see him or anything. From what I'm told later, they go back in the cell when it's locked down for count, 11 o'clock count, and they get busted. When the guards are making their rounds, you know, counting, they got busted. And from what I'm told, he figured he was going to get caught anyway, so he just stood there. He didn't try to hide his face or nothing. I think he might have looked down or something. But anyway, he got caught. And they both go to the hole. It was clear that the white dude, the Christian guy, got the worst of it. But he did fight. And that's what the black dude said when he got back out. They put him back in the same wing. And we said, "Man, what was that all about?" You know? That was a good dude. He goes, "Man, he came in and he said that he had to move, or I had to move." And he goes, "I wasn't here." He goes, "He accused me of trying to convert him to Islam." And he goes, "I was just reading scripture, you know, the Quran to him, and he didn't want to hear it." It's true that he never tried to push his religion off of me, but he goes, "You know, I was just trying to let him see some things, maybe see things a little bit differently." And he accused me of trying to convert him to Islam, and that's how, next thing you know, we're fighting. Next story I'm going to tell is they bring this guy out of the hole, and they put him in a cell with a guy that just got off the bus, and not like a week before. The guy that moved in there, as soon as he comes out, he said, "Man, I think my cellie's a chomo." And I was kind of thinking the same thing anyway, but I hadn't said anything. I think a lot of us was thinking that. And I think somebody had already asked him for his paperwork. You know, "Hey man, you know, what are you in here for?" He tried to find somebody to move in with. Again, nobody wanted to move in with that dude. You know? But there was this one guy, he's a big dude, worked out, wasn't real, I mean, he was kind of quiet. Everybody got along with him, but he didn't say a whole lot. He said, "I'll move in there with him." And we're like, "What? You gonna move in there with that?" The guy got out of the hole. He moves into where that one guy was at. That dude the big white guy, moves in with this Chummel. There's about 3 doors, 3 cells, maybe 4 down from me. And later that night, I've told this story before, we hear the screaming, we hear all kinds of noise down there. We hear it, shut up. Next day, big dude comes out for breakfast. The other dude doesn't come out. And I'm thinking, man, what if he did him in, you know what? But we all go to breakfast, it's quiet, man. I know, because I know other people heard this too. I mean, it was bad screams. And stop it, and all kinds of things, you know. Take it out. We come back from chow, there's all kinds of COs, white shirts and everything in there. And they tell us to lock down. So we lock down, they take the other dude out on the stretcher. When that dude comes in, they cuff him up. But they take the other dude out on the stretcher, but he's alive because I see him moving his hands and his arms and stuff. Later on, one of the guys that lived like right next door said the guy was calling out for Jesus and God and everything. And he was kind of laughing about it. He said it didn't help him. Man, you know, I don't like Chummels either. The person who did that to him, to me, is not any better. That's just the way I feel. You know, he didn't do that because he was a Chummel. He did it because he wanted to do it. He knew he could do it. That's the way I see it. You know, he's no better than the other SOs. In fact, he is one. He just doesn't have that charge, you know. Anyway, that's all I got for you. I thank you for watching, and see you next time.